Hello everybody, Chris Wood here. I just got choked up. I'm having all the oxygen cut off in my fucking brain. This is another way I'm being manipulated too. I'm having all the oxygen cut off in my fucking brain. They're causing, with the RNM, it's causing me hypoxia from them broadcasting over me and through me. I get choked up constantly from this. Holy fuck. Whew. Oh, congratulations to O.P.P. Spencer Mills, 14716. O.P.P. ex-chief, staff sergeants, Shannon Cork, Robert Keane, Robert Lucas, Shelley Huffner, and Stacy, mental health worker. Those two are the Carla Homolka of O.P.P. and mental health. There's also Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, Stacy's girlfriend, the file falsifier, the one that medically blacklists her victims, and O.P.P. victims, and their inmate bosses' victims, William Aldridge's, of 149 Center Street North, my identity thief. For 3 years I've been going through this, deforming, medical blacklisting, and everything else, a lot of other stuff that I've been showing on my Facebook, which is Christ Wood on Facebook. Check it out. In the meantime, my face is being seriously more deformed. My identity theft is showing a whole lot more. Oh, fuck. The whole right side of my head and my face here is completely swelled out. I have no feeling in my head except for electricity and these bastards broadcasting through me. And they are all conveniently untouchable, unarrestable. Why? Because they work with and for O.P.P. Why? Because they are co-offenders, because they can implicate and prove my words of these crimes that are taking place. Luckily, O.P.P. has the doctors here. The doctors have O.P.P. here. Luckily, William Aldridge has the cops and doctors, along with Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jabin Elstein, Ray, Sam, Hope Mills, and the rest of you fucks who are using RNM on me and doing this identity theft on me. I have William Aldridge's prisoner tracking on me. He is a seriously obsessed homosexual. He is delusional in every way, shape, and form. He is guilty of murdering my mother. He's guilty of my identity theft. He is physically obsessed. He is sexually obsessed. Spencer Mills is physically obsessed. He is sexually obsessed. Blair Hardy is physically obsessed. He is sexually obsessed. Tyler Lake and Jabin Elstein, they are physically obsessed, sexually obsessed. Ray, Sam, Hope Mills, Mike, the homeless guy that lives in the trailer, Crystal Larrabee Gilchrist, her mother, you're all guilty of this. Look at this shit. So, my identity theft is done. So, my skull is being deformed from these cocksuckers broadcasting through me from the remote neuromonitoring, and the high EMFs and radiation is what's doing this to me and is what's causing my deforming and my identity theft from these bastards. And right now, as I'm doing this, all I can see is Tyler Lake right here, especially on the right side of my fucking face. So, they do this like a fucking game because they're getting paid $300 a day and all the free drugs that they want, plus freedom, and they get into murder for O.P.P. cops. So what a better deal than that for scumbag pieces of shit. when you get to murder for police and you also get freedom, you get drugs, and you get paid for it as well, and I will not be proven wrong. I wonder how many people in Napanee actually have illegal prisoner tracking on them that are intended human trafficking victims from O.P.P in the hospital and the rest named. How many have remote neuromonitoring use on them that you are using to invasively spy on these people so you can sit back and watch them naked and everything else they do so you can masturbate and use them for sex slavery, sell them over the fucking internet because you are a bunch of perverts. You're involved with human sex trade, slavery, trafficking, children to pedophiles, adults to sex offenders. You're involved with financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, framing. This to me, you're guilty of murdering my mother, you're guilty of ending a bloodline, you're guilty of murdering an entire bloodline. So before this is too late, I think O.P.P should go to Deserano and we should exhume my dad. And then we can do DNA tests before this is too late, you cocksuckers. I better wrap this up. I just wanted to show you that my identity theft is done, and this is how O.P.P, this is how the police here in Napanee, Lennox and Edmonton, Ontario, Canada, make people disappear. This is how they human traffic, frame, and murder. They got a justice of the peace, they got inmates they have used, they got doctors they haven't used. They got their lives, they got their time bind, they got their credentials, and they got everything else. So if you're poor, homeless, disabled, native, elderly, be careful. Watch yourselves, watch your children, because you are the victims that they intend to go after. They have no problem murdering elderly. They have no problem taking out insurance policies on their victims before they murder them either, to collect on them after they murder them. How too convenient. You're using R&M, which destroys a person's brain, which destroys a person's nervous system, which destroys person's bodies, and you sit back and push buttons like Pontius Pilate motherfuckers and getting away with this. And also because of the EMFs and radiations, you cause tumors and cancers in your victims. I bet there's been a big spike of that stuff here and around you pieces of shit who are using that. You might as well say that you got your murder, O.P.P, because Chris Wood is pretty much dead. I'm having my brain fried out of my fucking head by you cocksuckers who were given remote neuromonitoring and passing this around, doing it to me. All a bunch of low-life junkies. How too convenient is that? All about framing me so you can get your dick sucked, O.P.P, so you can get revenge, retaliation for me speaking of your crimes and trying to save lives. So as a result, you are guilty of doing this to me, and you are guilty of murdering an entire bloodline, you fucking assassin terrorist. That's exactly what you are, and so is the doctors. I hope you're happy with what you've done to me in one way or another. You will pay for these fucking crimes, you cocksuckers. I'm 50 years old and I'm going through identity theft by a 70-year-old and a fucking 62-year-old Blair Hardy and William Wooldridge, a 31, 32-year-old named Tyler Lake, and a fucking scumbag named Javen Alstein. He uses remote neuromonitoring on me. He probably hasn't bathed in his life, and every time he does, all I can smell is shit. Because he stinks so fucking bad. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Chris Wood, love all, hate none. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. This is very serious. I hope for the people who see this are taking notice, because my identity theft is done and this is how people are disappearing. 3 years of this. Love all, hate none. One way or another, you will pay for this, Billy Wooldridge. Or whatever the fuck your name is, of 149 Center Street North, you O.P.P, little blowjob queen. I am Wood. Not you, Aldridge, or Hardy, or any of the rest of you fucks.